Hi there, it's Louise with you of Timeless Craft Mama, and today I'd like to share a scrapbook layout process video created for Scrapbook Boutique. And today I am getting to use the fabulous collection from Cocoa Vanilla Studio, and I love this collection, but I found it very difficult to use. I'm going to be honest right from the start. Because it's quite a feminine floral layer, it's completely outside the scope of what I would normally use as far as paper collections go, but I really like how this layout turned out. So the first thing I've done is I've taken a sheet of the paper and I've popped that through the Cameo and used this heart cut file, which you will find a link to on my blog. Now what I'm then doing is once I've adhered that down, the colour was all just a little bit too much for me. There was lots of patterns, lots of stuff going on. So I've just used some white gesso with a sponge and I've just applied that into the background to help break that down a little bit. Now I've chosen these three photos and I've done them in black and white because the colours in the photos were quite busy and I didn't want them to clash with the layout that I was going to create. So the series of photos is in black and white, and I've also mounted that onto some more of the Wild at Heart paper and popped some cardboard behind it as well, just to lift that off the page a little bit. The next step I went through and did was I grabbed a couple of the die cuts, some of the wood veneer, some of the frames, chipboard frames as well, and just picked a few things that I thought might work. Now I'm still at this point thinking, okay, background's a little busy, I need to break this up a bit, I need to add something. So I'm taking the gold Nuvo paste and I'm using lots of water spritzers and lots of water on the brush just to spread that colour around a little bit and get that into the background. So it's very subtle and I like the way it's really enhanced the colours that come in this Wild at Heart collection. Now, of course, a layout with any kind of paint or paste or texture added wouldn't be complete without some splatters as well. So same again, just mixing some water with the Nuvo paste, and that's going to give me the splatters that are going to accompany this layout. Now, what I had originally planned for this page was completely different to how it ended up, in typical fashion for most of my layouts. So my scrapbooking process really involves a lot of fiddling and choosing elements. Sometimes I will go into a layout with a very clear picture in my mind of what I'm trying to achieve. It really does depend on the collection and the photos that I've chosen. So it's not, in this case there was no structure. I knew I wanted to use the cut file and I knew I had this great collection from Cocoa Vanilla, but certainly no other plans as far as what I wanted to do with this page. So here I am and I'm just fiddling around with a couple little elements. Most of the sticking and gluing happens off camera because, let's face it, you don't need to see any of that. All I'm really doing is just adding elements, choosing a title, and then adhering most of that down. Now you'll see at the top left hand corner of that heart, again, I've made a little flower cluster up the top there. It kind of does get a little bit lost in this particular page, but I think that it just adds that something a little bit extra. So it's not a big element, but certainly that tiny little addition just brings this whole layout together aesthetically. So I'm having a look at the sticker sheet. I'm mostly finished this page. There's a couple of things I want to pop on. Most of it's already glued down. I really like how this one turned out as far as the collection and that beautiful gold in the background. So if you haven't got your hands on this collection or the Nuvo paste, make sure you pop over to Scrapbook Boutique. They've got all the supplies used in this video. So thank you very much for watching and I'll talk to you next time.